Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just finished watching episode 6 of Dandadan, and I have to say that I'm fully converted. I am now a fan. So I feel like these reviews are going to get shorter and shorter. I feel like it's a good show now. Like, now that the show is like mainly focused on these two kids growing their powers and like growing their relationship together, their friendship, their bond. I love it. So some highlights. It really brought me back to high school because like I found it to be so hilarious when Ken, whatever the fuck, when Ken was like, okay, first of all, he gets to school and Momo is waiting for him. And he's like, she's probably not waiting for me. I'll just go inside. So he walks right past her, and I knew her head was gonna follow him. Like, where are you going? So then she follows him. She's like, what's good? And he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So whatever. So then, it was giving very much Kimi ni Todoke. And that anime, it's one of like the most popular shoujos there is. Really good, really, meaningful, impactful, good shoujo. But at the end of the day, it was so frustrating watching. To watch that show, the amount of misunderstandings and like, will they, won't they, and how slow everything took to develop and turn into, whatever it was. Guys, I'm wearing a shirt, but like, I just worked out, so whatever. Anyway, pretend you didn't see that. What the fuck was I saying? Direction change. I felt like the light was like messing with my eye too much, but anyway, yeah, it was giving very much Kimi ni Todoke, like the insufferable push and pull, will they, won't they, misunderstandings, stuff like that. Like that 5-minute sequence of them going around the school looking for each other during lunchtime, and they're sitting on the bench right next to each other. That was so frustrating and felt like it lasted a lifetime, but all's good. It was over quickly. They bumped into each other and like clashed teeth, and Momo's friends are like, what? They just kissed. She's like, no. And I can speak to that from experience. Like, when something happens with you and a guy that you actually like, you will fight almost harder to be like, I don't fuck with him. No, you got the wrong idea. Fuck you. Like, and that's what Momo did. Like, in class when Ken was like telling her like, hey, I need to talk to you. It's like super serious. Like, I need to talk to you. Her friends were like, go. That shit like ate me up. Like, that was hilarious. Cause like girls are so mean. Like, they were in there like, he's popped. Like, we know you don't actually want him. So they were just like, oh my God, go pour your heart out, Ken. Yes, do it. And it made her react even more aggressively. Like, bro, like, fuck off. I don't want to talk to you. What are you like, huh? And she was blushing the whole time. That's how you know it wasn't her true feelings. Anyway, in the background here, I've had some posters fall off, so not too much on my posters. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't really like how it was giving like Kimi ni Todoke, but I was still very invested, and I laughed out loud a couple times, which is always a good sign. So, I think I would give this episode an 8 out of 10. It was okay. It wasn't like super exciting or anything, but I did laugh like actually out loud. That grandma, I kind of want her bad. I'm not gonna lie. I want her bad. The new girl. So there was a new character introduced this episode, and I was like, oh my God, it's a typical love triangle. But it wasn't. That girl was a bitch, and I loved that. I like how it flipped that on its head, because you're automatically gonna think, oh my God, like, here comes this other sweet girl who Okarun's not gonna fall in love with, like, but he's gonna, like her. She's cute, she's nice, and so it's gonna make the other bitch jealous, and so she's gonna, it's gonna be a typical love triangle, but it wasn't. And I love that. It wasn't a typical love triangle because the nice girl was actually a bitch. And she's like, oh my God, I just made his life. Like, I made his day. Like, he'll never get touched by a cute girl after that again. And so Ken thinks she's all super like cute and nice, Whereas Momo knows that, no, this girl's a fucking bitch. So she drops like a 100-pound lead thing on her head, and she falls, and then she like Momo grabs Ken, and she's like, oh my god, let's go home together. And then she side-eyes the bitch. I loved that. That was great. That was good. But you can tell she was actually jealous. Like, who the fuck is this bitch touching him? Like, if it was a guy, she probably would be like, that's interesting. But I feel like since it was a girl, like it got her a little bit jealous, which I did like. I actually like this show. Like, now that we're past some of the more weird things, now that the weird things have more context as well, like Turbo Granny taking, being obsessed with men's wieners or whatever, makes sense in the context that she's this like revenge spirit for girls who have been, violated and killed in the tunnel. So that all makes sense. I love it. That's really good now. It's not weird now. Now I know where that's coming from, right? And so what's going on with Ken is his nuts are gone. So he goes to the bathroom to pee. It was funny when the grandma was like talking to him, and Momo was like laughing. She was dying laughing because the grandma was like, how the hell did you not notice before? They're your nuts. And he's like, well, the shaft was there, so I just figured everything was okay. That was hilarious. And then she's like, why are you saying it like it's something monumental? You have a fucking baby carrot down there. She said you have a pencil down there. And he's like, no, I don't. It's just funny. Now that I think about it, I actually really do like Ken's character. At first, he came across kind of like, come on, bro, like have a little bit more confidence or like something. Have a little bit more of yourself, like out there. I don't know how to explain it, but just stand up for yourself a little bit more. And that is annoying when he's in class with his that's annoying when he's in class with his classmates. But with Momo, I like how he's not afraid to like talk back to her. I love that, actually. That's really good. So what would have made their dynamic suck if he was just like a yes man? Yes, 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 yes. So it is a little annoying that he calls her miss. But I think that's only to contrast when he gets possessed by his power spirit Kaneki Ken sort of thing. Because that guy straight up calls her like Momo. He's like, Momo, what's next? Or whatever. So this episode, he still has the granny's powers. She's now in this little cat figure. And Momo's like, hey, like, I appreciate what you did for those girls. So since me and you agree with that, let's try and be friendly here. And the granny's like, okay, fine. And so she's like, okay, I'll give his nuts back. And yeah, so that's where we're at right now. I still don't like the Kaneki Ken kind of guy. I don't know. Like, there's just something about him. Like, it's derivative to the point where I personally don't fuck with him. Like, I guess it's cool. And now that it's separate from Turbo Granny, I do like it a little bit more. But something, like, give me more. I'm tired of the cool guy. Like, I'm tired of the Sukuna, like, Kaneki Ken. I don't give a fuck. I'm just strong. Yeah, you want me to save your girlfriend? Okay, fine. Like Migi. Migi from Parasite was this trope done a little bit differently. Migi's analytical. He's, some would even say maybe like even autistic coded. Like Migi, when Migi's possessing Shinichi or whatever, well, first of all, he's his own separate entity, which is obvious. Well, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying there. But Migi is this like analytical, straight to the facts, cold, da-da-da. He's not this like blasé fucking, like there's a reason for Migi to be like cold and analytical. He's an alien. Who cares, right? But with all of these like new age animes, when the person gets possessed by the power source or whatever, it's either this cocky, confident, like, I'm Sukuna, or it's this, I don't care. I'm OP. Even though he's not OP. Not Kaneki. What the fuck? Takakakura, whatever the fuck. He's not OP, but he still like has this just like blasé attitude about him that's just very derivative. Give me something new. Like, give me somebody with powers who's, I don't know why I'm looking at this little Bachira figure right here from Blue Lock. Give me somebody with powers who acts like him. Just like unhinged, but like not Sukuna. You know, I mean, obviously it's very hard to do new because everything is derivative of something else, but I'm just over the blasé, I'm OP, I'm so OP type of guy. I'm so over that. Like, give me some other personality type with powers. Because there's one of two things. There's the Sukunas or there's the blasé, I don't care, fucking thing. There has to be some third thing. There has to be some third thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know how y'all are gonna find it. But when you do find it, let me know. Actually, let me just say, this isn't really a spoiler, kind of is for my manga, but there's a character there who, you know, you can't know for sure whether or not she actually has powers, but she's not this fucking blasé. You know, I found the third thing, actually. I found the third character archetype who has powers. I did that, okay? So that's just to get you hyped for my manga, which is coming soon, I hope. If you know any artists, or if you're an artist yourself, drop a comment and I will connect with you because I need more artists. Right now I have one artist working on my manga Puss, and that's what's taking him so long because I had the main artist quit. So if you know an artist, if you are an artist, please hit me up. Okay, I'm hot. I just worked out. I need to take a shower.